go with the first one. To show that an event happened before another event in the past. You could say, before I moved, I can say, before I moved from Ohio, I had worked as a cosmetologist. Before I moved to Florida, before I got my, you see what we're doing? We're doing something in the past tense. Before I moved from Ohio, I had worked as a cosmetologist. So what can you say about yourself? Before I moved from your country, whatever, I had worked as, you understand? Now this way you're demonstrating to an employer that you understand the past perfect tense. Before I moved, I had worked as, okay?
Pode se dizer that teacher. Past perfect tense.
Tense. It's right there on top of 123. Okay. And you know what else I'm gonna have to do sooner or later?
What?
Okay, so let's go around the room. Lala, what did you do before you moved from, where were you, China? Okay, before you moved from China, what did you do? What job did you have before? So here, you answer in a complete sentence. Before I moved, from China, you just use the whole sentence. So you could say, before I moved from China, like I said, before I moved from Ohio, before I moved from Cincinnati, I worked as a cosmetologist. I had worked, yes. Where? Circle? I had worked. That's what we're I mean, I'm concerned, I care about where you worked, but I really want you to practice the had worked. I had worked as a cosmetologist, and you had worked as a circle? No, I don't understand. I had worked as a what? What type of job did you do? Was it? Oh, sales clerk. No, it's not your fault, my bad. She's saying sales clerk. She had worked as a sales clerk. Okay, cool. Right? No. Sales.
Lighting.
Cell phone. Cell phone.
You work
Seafood.
Seafood. Camarão.
You were okay, so you were.
Self, see.
Seafood center?
Okay, so you could say, I had been a sales selling seafood. You understand? Two different ways to say it. I had been selling seafood, or I had been a seafood sales clerk. You understand?
That's the past, I had.
Okay. So the whole point is, thank you for going first. Good job. Now everybody else will be easier, right? So it's hard to go first. What I want you to do is practice what? Practice the past perfect tense. Okay.
Tense, that tense means something past happened, tense, past tense, something past.
Okay, so if you look at the rule, it says to show that an event happened before another event in the past. And what was that other event? It says, she wants to know, that's a good question. Okay, you guys, this is why. The rule is right here. It says it right here. Before, to show that an event happened before another event in the past. Okay? So before, the other event was she moved. Where did she move? Yes, before she moved to the United States. Before that, something happened. It had happened before she moved. Had happened before the other event was moved. And that is, she had worked as seafood sales clerk. Okay, or selling seafood. All right. Okay? All right, who else would like to volunteer? Anybody would like to volunteer? About what they did before they moved to Florida, before you moved to the United States. Aha, don't everybody look down now. Aha! All right, you've been here long enough, so I'm gonna ask you a different question, a little bit different. Before you worked, oh, I don't wanna get it too complicated. So what did you do before you moved to the United States? So you start out with, before I moved.
Before I moved USA, I have worked in federal agent.
I worked in federal what prison?
Agent. Federal agent.
Oh, you were a federal agent in Peru? Really? With guns? Pow pow?
Yeah.
You could shoot guns? Pow pow? Out. Out. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. So before she moved to the United States, she worked as a federal agent. And then you said bye-bye. Enough. Bye-bye. Better luck next time. Okay. Did I see you when I went to jury duty? No.
Yes.
Yes, I saw you there, right?
I'm working in it.
That her? I think I know her. Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. So repeat after me. She had already prepared.
She had already prepared
Her resume.
her resume
When the company called.
when the company called
For an interview.
for an interview.
And what is the past perfect tense there? What is in the past perfect? What is the past perfect there?
Prepared.
Had
Had
prepared.
prepared.
Had prepared.
Had prepared.
Okay. No, not already. All right, look at the top. How do you conjugate the verb? Had and the past participle. 123. Yeah.
Four.
Look, grammar challenge, are you on grammar challenge? We're on 123 right now. We're jumping around a little bit. We're on 123, this doesn't work, throw it away. Ow. Why did you page 120, got it? And then the past participles are on what page, 130? 131? 131. Okay, so students, we have so many different levels, but if you didn't understand what they're talking about, you come back to the back of the book. Now, that will explain to you a little bit about the past perfect tense. What is the present tense of had? Can you say?
Have.
What? Have. Okay, so look at the present perfect. We have present perfect, we have past perfect. I have eaten. I have eaten. I had eaten. I have worked. So what's the difference? The present perfect shows something happened at an unspecified time in the past. Okay? It gets to be a little confusing. Something happened more than once in the past. Something started at a specific time in the past. And it continues to the perfect. To the present, to the perfect. To the beat. Everybody. Okay. I just slid across to the present perfect. I just want you to know there's a present and then there's the past. Just like present tense and there's a past tense. So it's just using that one verb. Have, and then the past tense is had. Have, had. But they're making it perfect. The perfect tense is what makes it kind of crazy. That's where you need the past participle. Okay. If you ever get confused, I see a lot of people who are confused.
How do you see that?
I just know. Why? How do I know that? Right. You need to- So we're gonna try to practice. So let me explain to you, let me show you something. This is one of my secrets too, that when I was learning Spanish. Now students, the way I can teach English is because I learned a foreign language myself. I studied French for 1 year, Spanish for 6 years, and I studied Latin for half a year. Latin is the root language of all of the languages, okay, that we're studying. So let me show you one of the secrets that I do. If I get confused, every time you learn a new tense, you've got to recognize the different tense. Put it side by